Tyson Fury may have faced giants, but according to Joe Rogan, Oleksandr Usyk is the puzzle he's never quite solved.
Usyk again.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's a tough fight.
Yeah.
That Usyk guy is talented. He's so talented. He's so small for a heavyweight too. He's nonstop movement and his footwork and everything. It's so different than anybody else. Joshua didn't know what to do with him.
In the world of boxing, where every round can change a fighter's fate, there's no shortage of intrigue surrounding the heavyweight division. But when two of the sport's best meet in the ring, as Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk did, the drama is elevated to another level. This wasn't just a clash of two physical specimens. This was a battle of styles, brains, and wills, with Fury, the colossal figure of the heavyweight division, against Usyk, the smaller, more technically astute fighter. While Fury has often been unbeatable in his own realm, Usyk presented a challenge that, according to Joe Rogan, even the Gypsy King has struggled to fully solve.
And if you watch the Usyk fight, he was touching Usyk up in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, that reach and that jab, the accuracy that he has, he was doing really well in that fight until he started to slow down a little bit. And Usyk wound up just catching him.
Yeah.
It's this dynamic that has kept boxing fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting what comes next after their first highly anticipated match. The build-up to the rematch, slated for December 21st, has only fueled the debate about who holds the upper hand. Joe Rogan, known for his sharp analysis of combat sports, summed it up perfectly. Tyson Fury has faced giants before, but Usyk represents the puzzle Fury's never quite figured out. This statement struck a chord with many in the boxing world, capturing the essence of what makes this rivalry so compelling.
He just didn't have an answer to it because he's never been exposed to that level of technique.
Well, you know what it is? He's a heavyweight, and the heavyweights were never really that good in terms of that kind of technique. It's like you need it at like middleweight and light heavyweight because everyone's super talented and technical. When you get up to the heavyweight division, it tends to be like a lower bar.
In the first bout between the two, Usyk's technical brilliance and relentless pressure seemed to outshine Fury's usual advantage of size and strength. Fury's physical attributes, his enormous reach, height, and unorthodox fighting style have carried him through many previous battles. However, against Usyk, Fury found himself in unfamiliar territory. Usyk's slick movement and mastery of the fundamentals made him a challenging opponent for the usually dominant Fury. The fight was close, and while some felt Fury had done enough to win, the judges saw it differently, awarding the victory to Usyk by split decision.
I clowned around too much.
Why?
Complacency, very much complacency. I think I expected it to be harder than it was up until that point of getting hit. And I was hitting him at will, basically, head and body. So yeah, I got a little bit greedy and paid the price, got caught, and we know what happens in heavyweight boxing.
Simon Jordan reflected on the physical toll that the fight took on Usyk. He highlighted how Usyk, despite being at a significant size disadvantage, had to push himself further than ever before to match Fury's raw physicality. Jordan pointed out a moment in the 6th round when Usyk was caught by a vicious uppercut, a punch that allowed Fury to take control in the middle rounds, from rounds 4 to 7. Yet what made Usyk such a formidable champion was his ability to recover from that adversity. Usyk's resilience shone through as he found his second wind and took back control in the later rounds, showing that his technical prowess was just as important as his physical strength.
What they both put on there, and you know, whoever won or lost that fight, or whoever felt they won or lost that fight, it was a tough fight. So you have to, you straight away you get that respect. You
But
gain that
both of them
respect.
know it was a tough fight.
Yeah, of course
you
they
gain
do.
that respect.
Yeah.
I will definitely say that Usyk would have had to work a lot harder than Tyson Fury because of the size disadvantages, the size advantage in Fury's favour. Without a doubt, like Usyk would have had to.
Looking ahead to the rematch, many experts have weighed in on what Fury needs to do to secure victory. Adam Smith discussed how Fury's natural advantages, such as his jab and reach, will be key factors in the rematch. However, Smith cautioned that Fury's success will depend on whether he still has the conditioning and footwork to match Usyk's technical brilliance. Usyk's adaptability and intelligence in the ring make him a dangerous opponent for anyone, and Fury will need to bring his best to outbox him.
In my eyes, Oleksandr Usyk has proved himself to beat Tyson Fury and Joshua a couple of times. So let's take the heavyweight side out a little bit. What's Fury got to do? Of course, any fighter at that elite level can get it right on the night. And Fury could just get that jab going beautifully. As Spencer mentioned, the uppercut, he's got fantastic reach advantage. He's still got, it's all about the legs. If he's still got the legs, he can win rounds here. But Usyk, and he is, because he's got that natural size advantage.
Barry McGuigan voiced doubts about Tyson Fury's chances in the rematch. He raised concerns about whether Fury will make necessary adjustments, suggesting he might stick with his current corner despite mixed results. McGuigan feels Usyk has the upper hand going into the fight and implied that Fury was lucky to finish the last bout without being stopped.
No, I would expect him to show loyalty to the corner. He's had that corner for quite a while, and he's been successful. Why would he change it? He's done very well as a heavyweight champion. He's been around a long time. He served the sport well. He's earned a lot of money. Will he beat Usyk? Never, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't mean that in a nasty way. I'm just simply saying Usyk has his number. He was lucky to get through the fight. He, could have been stopped. And I don't think he's going to do any better.
Paul Smith offered a different viewpoint, suggesting that Tyson Fury might consider retirement after the upcoming fight, no matter the outcome. He pointed out that the potential matchup with Anthony Joshua might not excite fans as much anymore, which could lessen its importance. Smith emphasized that Oleksandr Usyk is currently viewed as the top heavyweight, making him the favorite. However, he acknowledged that boxing is unpredictable, saying that despite Usyk's advantages, Fury could still win. This unpredictability keeps fans engaged in the rematch.
I think it could be his last fight, regardless of what he does. If he wins, he could retire in the ring and be done, because I think the AJ fight's gone. I don't think anyone will want to see that now, with all due respect to both of them, in my opinion. But I think it's Usyk's fight to lose. I think Usyk's proven he's number one in the division now, with a lot, especially that given how well Dubois done. So it's Usyk's to lose, but it's not by all means a foregone conclusion. I think Usyk is the favourite. I think Usyk would possibly do it, but wouldn't be surprised if Fury did it.
Roy Jones Jr. doesn't have good things to say about Tyson Fury's chance against Oleksandr Usyk in their much-awaited rematch.
If he goes out there and beats the normal, methodical Usyk, who is very smart, very methodical in everything he does, he'll beat Fury again.
Roy Jones was asked if Fury could win the rematch, and he said no, given what happened in the first fight. He said, "I don't really think so. It could happen, but in that fight, Usyk found out that he could hurt Tyson. He knew that coming in, but he's found out now that he can hurt Fury for sure. The smaller man now knows he can hurt the bigger man." Jones acknowledged that Fury could make changes, as he did in his fights with Deontay Wilder, but still predicted a Usyk win. He added, "Usyk is favorite for the rematch, and now here is the thing. Tyson Fury is a very smart guy and is really good at making adjustments, but Usyk, in my humble opinion, comes through him again. Now that Usyk knows he can hurt and beat Fury, he could now underestimate him in the rematch. But we all know Fury has been knocked down 7 times. Lennox Lewis, a former heavyweight champion and one of the sport's greatest minds, offered his own thoughts on the rematch. Lewis described Tyson Fury as an up-and-down fighter, someone who can perform at the highest level but also has his moments of inconsistency. For the rematch, Lewis advised Fury to start strong from the opening bell and maintain momentum throughout the fight. He emphasized that Fury would need to remain focused and committed to his game plan if he hoped to secure a victory over Usyk. For Lewis, it was clear that Fury had the tools to win, but only if he could stay sharp and avoid the lapses in concentration that sometimes plague him.
He does need to make some adjustments. If he didn't make any adjustments, then he would lose the fight again. So he would have to make some adjustments to win the fight. So he definitely has to go in there with a focused attitude and being able to throw a lot more punches.
Is that just Tyson being Tyson, kind of saying that, not willing to give too much away, or do you think he genuinely believes that that's kind of what he has to do, the rematch?
No, I don't think he wants to give too much away. And I think we're going to get a different Tyson for this fight. I think he realizes, what he did wrong in the first fight.
Antonio Tarver highlighted that Tyson Fury needs a new strategy for his rematch against Oleksandr Usyk. He emphasized that winning is crucial for Fury to maintain his standing in the heavyweight division. Tarver mentioned that this fight is an opportunity for Fury to change the outcome, potentially leading to a trilogy fight that fans would enjoy.
I think we have to see something different. You know what I mean? If Tyson Fury want to really, save, not saying his legacy, but save where he's at right now today, he has to win that rematch. Vitally important that he flipped the table on Usyk. and make sure we have a trilogy so we can truly see, you know what I mean, maybe Tyson win back-to-back fights.
Some people like Andy Lee have suggested that Tyson Fury is not feeling the pressure of the rematch, which could actually play in his favor. Lee pointed out that Fury is the type of fighter who always gives his best, regardless of the stakes. If Fury does lose, Lee said, he would accept the defeat without shame, acknowledging Usyk as a worthy opponent. This level of confidence is what sets Fury apart from many other fighters in the heavyweight division. He's not afraid of failure, which allows him to perform at his best, even when the odds are stacked against him.
Tyson never comes across as somebody who lets pressure get to him, but is there pressure going into this rematch?
I don't think there's any real pressure. I don't think there's pressure. No, I don't think so. I don't think he sees it that way. He's going to do his best. If it's good enough, it'll be good enough, he'll win. If it's not good enough, then he knows he's lost, and to a good man. There's no shame, there's no pressure.
Spencer Brown predicted that Tyson Fury would emerge victorious in the rematch. Brown emphasized that Fury's approach to boxing is more than just a sport for him. It's his job, and he takes it seriously. With 10 weeks of preparation, Brown believes that Fury will be bigger, stronger, and more focused, which could prove to be enough to overcome Usyk's brilliance.
He thought he could win the fight quite easily, and in my opinion, he was cruising. In the 6th round, he nearly dropped him. I think he was cruising. And I don't know what happened. I think he got the bang in the nose. That affected him quite badly. And he came back in the last couple of rounds. But look, can't take anything away from Usyk. Great champion. You don't only fight Usyk, you fight his team. He's a team man. He's a team player. You fight his team. He's got probably the greatest team in the world. That's in my opinion. His manager, his promoter, they're great people. But Tyson Fury, for me, is still the best heavyweight in the world. So everybody tell me to F off and you don't know what you're talking about, but I think you'll see a different Tyson. And listen, it was very close the fight, wasn't it? So how much more improvement have both fighters got to put in?
Derek Chisora, who has shared the ring with both Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, believes Usyk holds the edge going into the rematch. Chisora feels that Usyk's technical skills, footwork, and ring IQ are key factors that give him an advantage over Fury. While acknowledging Fury's power and size, Chisora thinks Usyk's style and ability to control the pace of the fight make him a difficult puzzle for the Gypsy King to solve, especially in a high-stakes rematch.
That card's still the same, bro. It's gonna be a good fight. We're gonna see a little bit of difference, but you have to understand, Tyson's gonna come a little bit of difference, and Usyk's gonna come a little bit of difference. Understand? So it's gonna be a great fight, whatever happens. But as the scales hit right now, I think my money is still edging on Usyk.
Shane Fury, Tyson's brother, also weighed in on what his sibling needs to do to win the rematch. He suggested that Tyson's strategy should be simple: move forward and box defensively, depending on the flow of the fight. Shane emphasized that Tyson would need to be in peak physical condition to execute this strategy effectively. Peak fitness would allow Tyson to be as elusive as he needs to be, while still maintaining the power and aggression that has made him a dominant force in the ring.
Tyson's never been somebody who has seemed to let pressure get to him, but you feel like there's more pressure on this fight because there's more question marks around what's going to happen, how he's going to approach it?
Listen, there's not really much you can approach. You either go forward or you box backwards. If you can do a little bit of the both, it's a good start. And listen, he's just got to get fit, strong, and he'll do what he needs to do, Tyson.
During a press conference, Tyson Fury himself reflected on the mistakes he made in the first fight. He promised that he would perform stronger in the rematch, with a greater focus and better strategy. Fury admitted that Usyk is a great fighter, but he believes that with the right focus and a more disciplined approach, he could secure a win. His words were a testament to his ability to learn from his mistakes and improve as a fighter.
Just looking to put on a great fight again. You know, it was very close last time. He got it by a point. A little bit more focus, a little bit more lack of complacency, and I should do the job, what I need to do.
On the other hand, Usyk remained calm and focused, emphasizing that his motivation comes not from external pressures, but from his inner discipline and commitment to his regimen. Usyk's approach is one of quiet confidence. He doesn't need to rely on external factors to fuel him. His steady focus and relentless work ethic have made him one of the best in the world, and he's not about to change his approach now. Tyson Fury's promoter, Frank Warren, expressed full confidence in his fighter ahead of the rematch. Warren described the upcoming event as something truly special, highlighting Tyson Fury's ability to rise to the occasion. He also praised the success of the Riyadh season, noting the record-breaking live gate in UK boxing history. Warren's optimism reflects the general belief that Fury, despite the challenges of facing Usyk, can perform at his best and secure the victory.
Hey Mom, I'm on TV.
The rematch is going to be something special. The first fight was the best heavyweight fight of the 21st century, and I'm talking about at the level which they were both undefeated fighters, both champions from respective organisation, 4 belts unification. It was a marvellous fight of two halves, and I think we're going to get something extra special again. But that fight had some dramatic moments in it, and they both felt they won the fight. It was a split decision, and at the end of the day, you know, we'll find out on the December the 21st in Riyadh who is the best out of the two.
As the fight draws nearer, the stakes are high, and boxing fans are eagerly anticipating what will happen when Fury and Usyk meet again in the ring. Eddie Hearn described Usyk as one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. However, Hearn also noted that Fury's unpredictability makes him a dangerous opponent. While Usyk may have the edge in terms of technical skills, Fury's ability to defy expectations means that the outcome of the rematch is far from certain.
Tyson is much more of a determined competitor that sometimes he lets on. So I feel like the defeat would have really eaten him up, which is a good thing. I hope it did, because it's going to fuel him for the rematch. I think once Usyk has beaten you, I think it's very difficult to beat him the second time, because this guy kind of like inputs data during the fight. And don't forget that in the first fight, he bullied and beat up a 6'8", 20 stone heavyweight, which is something that he's never done before. But that's what he felt he needed to do to win the fight. In this fight, I feel like Fury probably needs to be more aggressive. He did hurt Usyk in the first fight and did have success. But also, when you're aggressive against Usyk, that suits him down to the ground, because he's a tremendous counter-puncher. His feet are tremendous. He pivots.
As the fight approaches, all eyes are on the two heavyweight titans. The world will soon find out who will prevail when Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk meet once more in what promises to be an unforgettable rematch. Whether Fury can rise to the occasion and defeat the man who has eluded him remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, the stakes have never been higher. So what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that Tyson Fury can avenge his loss against Usyk? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.